The other night, as I usually do, I went down to my shoreline to go fishing. My son had joined me, and he was hungry for a fresh batch of walleye. We brought a couple of 5-gallon pails down, and fortunately, we were very successful. We filled 2 buckets of fish, 4 in each pail. My son took the fishing poles and nets and the tackle box on up to the house. And just as I was grabbing the buckets, I see this light and a boat came racing in. And sure enough, it was Joe, our new game warden. My son had my fishing license in my tackle box. He was up at the house playing with my granddaughter and talking with my wife. I knew he wasn't coming back. It was up to me, Toastmaster, to wangle out of a ticket. Joe hopped out of the boat. He looked in the bucket, 4 in one bucket, 4 in the other. He informed me how it appeared I was over my limit. I informed Joe that I wasn't harvesting these fish. These fish were trick fish. As a Toastmaster, I've learned not just to communicate with people, I can communicate with fish. I bring these pails down to the shoreline. I talk with the fish, and they jump in the bucket. I bring them up to meet the wife, chat with family. The next morning, I bring them back down, and they hop back in the water. Joe was shaking his head, and the word for Joe that day or that evening was crazy. He says, that's just crazy. I explained to him, no, Joe, I'm a Toastmaster. I go to this special meeting once a week. I join people that know how to talk to animals. They teach their dogs tricks. One guy knows how to talk to cows. Another guy knows how to talk to chickens. We even have a guy that can listen to a motorcycle. It tells him what's wrong, and he fixes it. Joe is just perplexed. Oh, this is crazy. No, that's no way. I explained to him, Joe, you should really come to one of our meetings. This is true. We're Toastmasters. We communicate. Joe stood back and he says, well, what do the fish say about me then? I kind of looked at the ground and I said, Joe, I don't know if you really want to hear this. They really miss the old game warden, Frank. In fact, they want me to ask you if you would stop peeing in the river. Joe, like, what? His face turned red. Yeah, Joe, they say, in fact, maybe you should go to a doctor. There's something wrong with you. Joe's mouth just dropped open. He didn't know what to believe anymore. I had him. He says, all right, show me your trick. I went up to the shoreline. I dumped the fish out, 1 by 1 bucket. Joe says, all right, show me your trick. I said, what trick? The trick where the fish, you talk to the fish, they come in and they jump in the bucket. What fish? Joe, that's just crazy. You can't talk to fish. I turned back to go up the hill and I looked back and Joe was perplexed. He didn't know what hit him. Finally, he yells out, does that mean I don't have to go to the doctor? Mr. Toastmaster.